What's up, folks? April 28th, 25th day finding mushrooms. And like I said, I'm about at maybe 10 pounds for the year. And usually I'm at near 50. That said, I probably walk near 40 plus miles. Like miles equals piles. It's not fun for me, but it's not fun for me. It's a good way to get in shape for the year. That said, I literally just got out the truck and decided to comb right up next to the pattern that I've been finding, because the temperatures ain't much better. Although 48-degree night with about a 50-degree night with some rain, that could do it. This one's been up a while. Someone just missed it, I'd say, by the looks of scouring around. That said, you can't always go off that, because maybe, just maybe, the mushrooms weren't up when they were walking through. But it's a rainy day and they're just so much easier to see. Sycamore leaf, sycamore tree. Stay tuned, hopefully we get into them. It may just popped out the leaves too. The moisture, they've needed it for a couple days now. Not a very big one. Well, I tried 2 other places since I found that mushroom within, I don't know, maybe a minute getting out my truck earlier. I was getting pretty discouraged, and then finally I ran up on a little patch of small ones. They've been up for a minute too, probably from the heat, like I said before. I'm not even sure what's producing these, but somebody came through and the owner of the land cut all the bush honeysuckle out, so that could be the cause. Anyway, like I said, I'm quite a few. I'm 4 or 5. I'm at least 4 hours into my day, and it's about time I got to pick up my children. But there's one, and there's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. So I'm gonna pick those 5 real quick and see if we can't find a few more. Sure wish I would have found these a few days ago. A couple of them are no good, but we got 6 good ones in the bag, and there's a couple up there. So 7, 8, there's another one. 9. There's 10 if you can see it on the other side of those deals there. I don't have much more time to be in the woods, so I'm just gonna pick these real quick and see if we can't get into another patch, or maybe like that other patch on the other side of 100 or 2. So, oh yeah, there's a nice one way over there. We're in a few. And I turned right to it. You see it. All right. It could get interesting. Found the culprit. Right there's a dead cherry laying on the ground. A few of them, it looks like. So, where was those other mushrooms I was going to say? I'm in them. Another 1, 2. Like I said, I wish I'd been here a few days ago. 3, 4. And then there's another 10 or so up there. I found some more down the hill. So I record the picking. Gotta be a little bit nervous on every step here. They ain't real big, and they ain't bright white, so fresh ones would be easy to see in this. But ain't fresh. I'm gonna try to be quick about this here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There's one. There's one. There's one. It's all dead cherry trees laying on the ground. There's a nice one. There's another nice one way over there. There's a nice fresher one right there. At least there's some fresh ones. I haven't seen any fresh mushrooms in a minute, so maybe this next temperature change, something's going on. That's a cherry tree, a little bitty one, but I just picked three underneath it. There's also a poplar right there, another good tree to learn, but I usually don't find them around. They're the last tree that I pick them by, and usually don't find a lot around them, but you never know. Quit counting a little while ago. These, so the issue with these is the ones that were up and they got frostbit, and then they get a rain and cool weather, they turn soggy, which is all right as long as they're not too soggy. You can let them air dry on a rack, a cookie rack, or some paper towels, and they'll dry up just fine. You just need to eat them quick before they get mushy. You're not quite dehydrating them, but I'll show you on this set right here when I get home what I do with these. I usually, on a normal year, I wouldn't pick them, but not all of them. And I haven't. I had to put a few under some leaves just to help the spores reach the ground again. Which ones they haven't, the ones that are left behind they hadn't already released. Really, the patch's still going. There's one right there. Probably got 25 or 30 in there. You see that one in the middle of your screen, and then another one right there. Definitely the kind of finding I like to do. These ones down here on the slope of the hill, a little nicer, fresher. Well, got out of that patch, and it's still early. Like right there's the field, and there's that patch was down a lane that doesn't have any trees in it. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people are getting discouraged, but I don't think there's any need to, other than it's going to get real hard. Because as you can see, this vegetation, when we get a few warm days, is going to pass up the size of the morels, and we'll get new ones to pop for sure. But, I mean, that's my opinion, I guess. It's not for sure. That is a field. There's corn stalks in it, and I just looked over there, and there's 1, 2. You can see a third one behind it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the one that made me look, because there's 8 and 9. There's another one over there somewhere too. Boy, I'm gonna get to picking. Like I said, I don't have much time. It's not the first time I've done something like this, but it's been a minute. These ones I would let grow, but conditions aren't right. Aren't right at all. But as I said, right, that is all field. And these are fresh. Much fresher than the ones that I saw in the lane, but this is the north side of the woods too, so not nearly as much sun as that was on a little bit of a hillside facing south over there on the other side. It's the kind of stuff that makes a difference. Well, that one's been kicked over by something, probably deer. So in the field we got 3 now, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's a nice one over there. Head's broke off of it. Just past that plant right there. Zoom back out. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Oh yes, it keeps on going. Thought it was about done. 14, 15. Where are we at? 14, 15. And 16, 17. 18. Or I'm sorry, 18. I'm gonna run out of time for picking these. Huh. Excited though. This is fun. Well, after hitting about, I don't know, patch at 30 or 40, I decided to circle around. There's more than 30 or 40 there. Oh man, there's a lot more, I'm guessing. Yeah, sitting here now, I see a bunch more, so whew, glad I came back around here. I didn't see them too. And then you can see that one back there. There's one. There's 2. Just picked one. So here we go. Exciting. Just picked 6 more. There's another one. This is, boy, I'm getting fun. Getting fun. It's getting fun. It's exciting. Folks, it really ain't stopped, but I don't know. I don't know. All these been up. All of them are frostbit. We only got 1 frost. We had a couple frost warnings, but that was Monday. So the rain might have popped them up a little bit to where they're sticking out of the leaves now, which is awesome. But hopefully the next flurry will be soon. There's one. sure I'm missing some. Like, these aren't the easiest ones in the world to see. I'm losing. That's why I got about 20 more minutes of picking. There's a couple right there. So we'll see what happens. Well, fortunately my grandmother understood, and she has a friend that wants some morels. So we'll go get back in that patch. It was a pretty good one. My eyes all jacked up. Anyway, let's see if we can't get into them. All right. Well, the frost has definitely got to a lot of these. I was doing pretty good, so I decided to get back out here. Unfortunately, I had someone that could watch my kids. That said, just got back in here. That one's no good. I ain't gonna pick it. It got frost and then no good, but there's one that was frost burnt. Just grew a little bit, it looks like. So that's number 2 since I've been back. Went and got a fresh bag so those other ones could dry out. When I say dry out, just they were getting just to the point that they were a little too mushy. One tip I can tell you guys is don't soak your mushrooms in water if you want them to last. Put them in a paper bag. Just look up how to store mushrooms, and all mushrooms are stored virtually the same. So anyway, right into the third one. Another one's been up for a few days, bit by the frost. Really cool though. Here's a fresher looking one. Let's see. Cherry tree definitely my best pattern for this year, and really the ones that are the standing ones too, but the ones that are dead and on the ground. You can see that one there. There's a cherry branch on the ground right there, mushroom right next to it. Pretty cool. And just about stepped on that one. Folks, I'm not big on cherry trees on a normal year, but here's another big cherry tree down. This is a very large one, but boom. Right underneath it. This is a new pattern to me. I knew that people found them around cherry trees, but I haven't had a whole lot of luck with them, but this is showing me that, hey, I definitely don't know everything, and that's why I call them the mysterious and elusive morel. I don't know why it keeps starting over. Same tree. Couple little bit nicer ones, hard to spot. One didn't get to stand up. See, that's what happens a lot of times when frost comes. That one had its head stuck under this, I'm gonna assume cherry limb, but so it couldn't really stand up. Two more. I got 3 more. This one's been up a minute, growing off a bush honeysuckle, or they have, and they grew together. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Another one of them double stemmed ones. Cherry trees. Small ones. One dead one over here on the left. Cherry branch. Old mushroom. Looks like that one was picked. Patterns continuing. Cherry tree. Morel. Cherry trees, folks. I still think it's early. I know the timing ain't early, but our temperatures have been barely getting over 50. Our nights have been in the 30s and 40s. That is not mushroom growing weather. And that's what I've seen, is that most of these have been up and have just grown a little bit. Like today, it's about 55 degrees and we got about a 50-degree rain last night. We could use a bunch more days like that in a row, and it would slowly bring the temperature up to where you'd have a nice long season. But we really need to get 50s and 60s going. Anyway, still finding a few. There's another one. Double cherry. Pretty decent mushroom. And another. Probably could have caught that one in the video if I would have missed it. Right in between them. Part of the reason I can tell I know these have been up a while is like the stems didn't grow with the head, and we got the moisture afterwards, so you get a laid down mushroom with a little thin stem. I know it looks fresh, but they basically been sitting out in a refrigerator here for about I don't know, a week, 10 days. I ain't mad at them. They're probably bigger than they would have been if I'd have came over here when I found them others. Cherry branch. This one might be on it. Nope, just touching it. Pretty neat. Cherry branch. Mushroom. Folks, when you're in the woods, you gotta pay attention to the environment that you're in and see if you can't find patterns. And sometimes the pattern that you think you're finding them under is wrong, but eventually you'll figure it out. And if you don't, you can always just walk through the woods and find a few. But that's not quite as enjoyable. There's another one. It is just as enjoyable, I shouldn't say that, but you'll find a lot more when you learn trees and learn the patterns of the trees and learn the sides of the hills and what hills face what directions, and a lot of different variables, tons of different variables. But this is starting to turn my ear around. Oh, there's another one. Cool. Not finding a ton, but I'm not finding them, and I don't have to walk very far or hard to find another one. A little different than that little one I just passed. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's been up too long, it looks like. Yep. That's okay. Got to give some back. That way we can get some more next year. Boy, they are definitely elusive. That's why it's hunting, not picking. That's why it's called mushroom hunting. You gotta hunt them down before you can pick them. This is another one been up a while. Oh, just a little guy. Cherry. And his little long lost buddy over there. He was short lost. I found him. And there's his other little buddy I didn't know he had. Well, just wrapping this up. Got a total of about 207 today. I'm not going to call it a bad day, but I put a lot of miles in at 2 properties for 1 mushroom, and then went back to the pattern that was working, which was cherry trees, and went to woods that had a lot of cherries in it and ended up doing pretty good. I found the big one by an ash, and all these were close to the edge. You can see on the video I showed you that there were some literally growing out in the cornfield. And for reference, these are small ones, letting them dry out from the rain last night because they aren't super fresh. Some of them are, but not very many. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys can learn something. I'm learning something. Cherry trees aren't my favorite. That I rarely found them by cherries. That said, I have, and this year I believe that they're growing by the cherries because they're a black tree and the limbs are black. Black absorbs heat, and therefore they're the mushrooms that have popped up in the earlier part of the year. And most of them have been up for 10 days. Like I said, it's been a refrigerator outside for, I don't know, a week, maybe 10 days. So we'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks or so. Keep watching, more to come. Hopefully I get a turkey hunting video of my daughter getting one in the morning. What's up, folks? April 28th, 25th day finding mushrooms. And like I said, I'm about at maybe 10 pounds for the year. And usually I'm at near 50. That said, I probably walk near 40 plus miles. Like miles equals piles. It's not fun for me, but it's not fun for me. It's a good way to get in shape for the year. That said, I literally just got out the truck and decided to comb right up next to the pattern that I've been finding, because the temperatures ain't much better. Although 48-degree night with about a 50-degree night with some rain, that could do it. This one's been up a while. Someone just missed it, I'd say, by the looks of scouring around. That said, you can't always go off that, because maybe, just maybe, the mushrooms weren't up when they were walking through. But it's a rainy day and they're just so much easier to see. Sycamore leaf, sycamore tree. Stay tuned, hopefully we get into them. It may just popped out the leaves too. The moisture, they've needed it for a couple days now. Not a very big one.